So with that being said, I got this beautiful cup. My sister sent me this cup last year. And this is my teacup. I use it every day with my tea and my honey. And I always read it daily to remind myself. It says, "You are beautiful. You are victorious. You are enough. You are created. You are strong. You are amazing. You are capable. You are chosen. You are never alone. And you are always loved." And next to each one of those, it gives you the Bible verse to go look up. So if you're struggling, look up these Bible verses. Look up, what God's wanting to tell you. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the Hobby Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Heather. So today, I'm going to make up some zucchini chips and show you guys how I do it. I have a bunch of zucchinis from my garden that need to be used up. So, and everybody here loves zucchini chips. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Why my husband and my son are out setting up deer stands for youth season. So keep them in prayer as they can get themselves some nice deer this season. He's hoping to kill either his first doe or buck. So yeah, and then after we do zucchini chips, I'm probably going to have a video with my husband in that will come out later on next week. I think we're gonna make a smoked cherry rosemary cream cheese dip. So I think we're gonna try that. So let's get y'all set up so we can get cutting up our zucchini for our zucchini chips. All right, so what I'm working on doing is just thinly slicing my zucchinis. These are all what I have left from my garden. I actually picked these before I had surgery. And surprisingly, they stayed pretty decent. So I was actually really happy about that because I got to thinking. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I had zucchini when I went to the hospital. So we're just gonna thinly slice these out. And I don't go too thin because when they dry out, they get nice and crispy. Just like that. And I just throw them in a bowl. When I fill up this bowl, I'll go ahead and season these up. And then we'll put these on. And then we'll go ahead and slice up the next batch and do another flavor on the next batch. So you want to keep in mind when you're doing these take about 28 hours to dehydrate. And they don't last very long in my house when we get them dehydrated and done. And if you're looking for something without all the carbohydrates, all the chemicals and stuff that regular chips have, these turn into nice crunchy treats. All my kids love them. My husband loves them, and even I love them. So if you're looking for a chemical-free, good flavor chip, I would strongly suggest using zucchini. We do some, let's see, what kinds have we done? We've done salt and vinegar. We've done Old Bay. We've done salt and pepper. So it just depends on what they're feeling. But we'll get 2 different batches made up, and I'll show you how I oil them, season them, and then we'll get them on the dehydrator. And then we'll try some. I have some that's already done that I had got done. So after we get these ones done, we'll get those out, and I'll show you, and I will explain the texture to you. So as you guys know, we live in the Midwest. So here in the Midwest, we have flies real bad. And especially during harvest time when they're getting the corn out of the fields and stuff, the flies get super bad. So don't mind if you see flies. So what I'm going to do, I take extra virgin olive oil. And you can use any oil you want, but since I'm going to season these up really good, I'm going to use extra virgin. And I do a good amount because I want my seasoning that I do to stick to my chips. And I think that we're going to go ahead and do some chipotle. So I'm going to use Dano's Chipotle seasoning. And then we will be mixing this up really, really well. And then you do want to add some salt to that. And you can use salt of choice. And we're just going to go ahead and give this a good mix. This is an easy process. You just need the zucchinis and you need a dehydrator. I got into making these chips after I had VSG. And I was like, you don't hear many people talk about zucchini chips. I was like, so let me go ahead and get y'all a video out there about zucchini chips. So I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and mixed up. Alright, so now that we have zucchini chips cut up, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put them on the dehydrator. And we're going to dehydrate these for about 28 hours. And making your own chips is some of the best things ever. You can do it with potatoes too, but we try to stay away from as much carbohydrates as possible. Now I will make some regular potato chips for my youngest as well, only because I have some potatoes that were gifted to me. So I'm going to make him some potato chips. But as I do this, there's a couple words that the good Lord has been putting on my heart lately. That's obedience and guidance. I find that if I'm obedient in His word, I get up every morning, I do my daily devotionals, I listen to my sermon. Every morning I do that. And I learned that if I do that, that I am in a better mood, that my patience isn't so like gone, you know, because being a stay-at-home mom, I can get very overwhelmed, and it's not easy being a stay-at-home mom. When I'm home by myself while the kids are at school, I'll get overwhelmed while I'm cleaning. I'll get overstimulated, and I turn to God, and I'm always asking God, what can I do to make me calm down? And most of the time, it's sit down and read my Bible, sit down and listen to a sermon. I'll put worship music on. I'll just praise Him. And to me, that's me being obedient. That's me doing what He tells me to do. So if you're feeling that you need to sit down, stop what you're doing, talk to the Lord, do it. There's a reason He's telling you to do it. There's a reason He's saying, hey, you need to stop. You need to look into my heart. You need your guidance. Let me show you how to be patient, how to come back around, because we all get impatient. We all get overwhelmed. It's just nature. But let Him show you, let Him guide you. So just remember, turn to the Lord, be obedient, be grateful, go the way that He is telling you to go. I know I'm always asking Him for directive and show me the path, and the way. And He will put out signals out there on which way He wants me to go. I know when I had a scare when I was in the hospital in this last couple weeks and I hemorrhaged, I cried out to the Lord, please don't take me from my kids. And I felt an overwhelming calmness come over my body. And I don't know how to explain it, but I couldn't see anything because I said I was having a hemorrhagic I was in hemorrhagic shock is what they called it. So I couldn't see anything or hear anything, but I just felt calm. I felt like he was with me, like he was guiding me, like he was holding my hand. And I just knew that at that moment, God wasn't going to let anything happen to me. He knew I was crying out to him to keep me safe from my kids, you know? Yeah. I just felt led to talk to you guys about that today as we make our zucchini chips here. So I'm going to finish filling my trays here, and then we'll get this turned on. So this is what it's looking like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trays filled. And those 7 trays took 5 zucchinis. The zucchinis that I did were like a medium size one. And I still have 5 zucchinis left. So when these are done, after 28 hours, I will go ahead and get more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to hit time. And I'm going to turn it on 23 hours to start with. Then I'll hit the temp. I'm going to put it on 160. And then we're going to go ahead and let this go for 23 hours. After 23 hours, we'll check them, we'll rotate trays, and then we'll probably put them on for about another 5 hours. So these are some zucchini chips I made about 3 days ago. They don't last long in my house. This whole season, I probably made 9 or 10 batches of zucchini chips, and I fill 3 to 4 of these every time I make them. And they don't last long between my oldest and my husband. They get them gone. But this is what they look like. This is the Old Bay one. As you hear, they have that nice crunch. So if you're looking for something crunchy without all the carbohydrates, get you some zucchinis. Zucchinis are in abundance right now, and a lot of people have them. I just actually pulled my zucchini plant because I had so many zucchini coming in. And I still have about 6 zucchini over there. Not to mention, I've shredded and put probably about 20 or 30 pounds of zucchini in my deep freezer to get me through the winter for pancakes, muffins, bread. And I do all that without sugar. Instead of sugar, I use honey, and I get my honey local here. But these are amazing. They're crunchy. You can also do them with cucumbers. We're done with cucumbers, but zucchini is a preference. So yeah, let's try some. So with that being said, I got this beautiful cup. My sister sent me this cup last year. And this is my teacup. I use it every day with my tea and my honey. And I always read it daily to remind myself. It says, "You are beautiful. You are victorious. You are enough. You are created. You are strong. You are amazing. You are capable. You are chosen. You are never alone. And you are always loved." And next to each one of those, it gives you the Bible verse to go look up. So if you're struggling, look up these Bible verses. Look up, what God's wanting to tell you. I struggle a lot. I struggle a lot with the way I am, how I feel. Many of you know, I've been through a lot in my life. My husband and my children and my faith in God is what's brought me back. So if you're struggling, turn to God. Keep God in your life. Pray to Him. He always answers your prayers. Even when you think He's not, He is. You gotta look for the small things. So with that being said, I hope you all have a blessed day, a blessed week. Stay true in your faith. Turn to God. Just keep going. Be courageous. Be mindful. Be respectful. Y'all may not agree on everything everybody says, but you don't have to.